All right, my friend, you've made it to the end. This is hack number 17. Now, technically, this is the end of this series, but I do have some bonuses for you. So stay tuned. Make sure you have your notifications on. So if I post another video or I post a reel, you'll get that content. You'll get notified. So hack number 17 is you want to increase your most recent high credit used. So what that means is, like I mentioned before, you have a $10,000 credit card and you max it out, but you pay it back. Now they can see that you've used that card and you've been responsible with it. They can give you an increase now. If you have a $10,000 credit card and the most you've used is $100, $150, when you're trying to get an increase, they will not give it to you. Why do you need an increase? You're only using $100. You obviously don't need it at all. We can't say that you're responsible with it because you're not using it. So instead, use it completely, max it out. This is the business side. They expect you to use it. They just expect you to pay it back responsibly as well. So use the card 100%, max it out, but make sure you pay it back down. So that way they can see that you've used the maximum limit on that card and you've been responsible with it. A lot of times the lenders are going to base how much money to give you based off how much you're spending. So you can actually get approvals based on just your spending limits. If you had your credit bureaus locked to where nobody can pull it and give you a hard inquiry, when you're trying to get an increase, you can say, can you see if you can base it off my spending habits? If I have a $10,000 card and I max it out and pay it off and max it out and pay it off and max it out and pay it off 3 times in the same month, why would they not want to give me more money? Obviously, I'm being very responsible with it. I have the cash flow to be able to manage that card. Now, the only issue is I don't have enough money. Obviously, I'm being responsible. Obviously, I'm paying it back. So they will give you an increase. So that's one of the tips that I want to give you in order to increase your limits on your business cards as well as your personal. It kind of works the same way. If you max your card out and pay it back, now they can see your highest credit used is the maximum amount and your balance is less than 10%, like I told you before. Why would they not want to give you an increase? If you max your card out and you still have it at 100% utilization or 90 or 80, I would not want to give you any money. Think about it. If you have a tab open with somebody and you say, hey, I got $10,000 for you to use. This is the only $10,000 I can give you, but use it whenever you need it. And they use $8,000 with you. They take $8,000 out of that $10,000 that you allow them to have. And in 3 months, they're barely paying it back. They're not trying to pay it down completely. They just give you the bare minimum payments. And then they're going to say, hey, can you give me 15 instead of 10? Can you give me 20 instead of 10? You're going to look at them and say, I don't know about that one, buddy. How about you pay this down first, and then we can talk about increasing it. Obviously, you don't have the money to pay it off. Why would I give you more money and I'll be in debt to you or I'll be in the hole because you can't afford to pay me back? That's exactly how the lenders are going to look at it. If you have all of this debt, pay it off. If you can really manage it, then pay it off. Prove it to me. That's what they're going to say. Prove it to me that you can actually manage this. And once you prove that you can manage it and you be faithful with little, they will make you faithful with much. So if you couple that together with all of the other hacks that we talked about, keeping your utilization low, keeping your scores high, you will be on the road to financial freedom, to funding freedom. You'll be able to open doors for funding and fund any business that you want to fund. Get any kind of credit cards you want to get. As long as your personal credit profile is intact, as long as your business credit profile is intact, and you follow all of these steps, funding can be unlimited.